Afribot Robotics is a research and integration company. We focus on education and automation. Some of the projects we do in-house as automation, we are working on a pest and weed control robot in partnership with E4 Impact in Nairobi. And that is one of the projects that is very, very close to our hearts. Today we are at Light International School as in our educational programs. We invited schools around to come and have a challenge with us. So we had different challenges for the beginners, that is the lower primary group, the middle school, as well as high school. So the challenges were from easy, easier, and easiest, now depending on the age of the learners and also the exposure that they've had to robotics and coding. We had different schools come here, right from Shah, we had Rosina School, we had so many other schools, including the host, which is a Light International School.
Hello, teachers. I hope you can hear me. Yes, so I was trying to buy some time for other members to join. It's already 7:16 Nairobi time, and I'd like to start today's session. Yeah, so already we've set it up on YouTube, and it's recording. In case you don't get it right during the class, you can always check our YouTube channels for the recordings. Also, feel free to unmute your microphone and ask questions at the right time. My name is Ovili Jackson, and I work with Afribot Robotics. Welcome, Mr. Amos, Faith Ipalei, Karibu Sana, Gado Koto. Welcome to today's session. Today is Animation Tuesdays, and we like to proceed with our scratch sessions. Yes, so Mr. Missy. Karibu Sana, Mr. Missy. In case you have any issue with this call, you can always join the YouTube as well. If you have any question and you're not able to ask it right here, also use the WhatsApp group or Telegram group to share your concerns. Anyone would like to remind us what we learned last week? Anyone? You can just unmute and share with us what we learned or what you were able to learn from our last class. You can raise your hand. Any educator who like to? Okay. So last week, we did an introduction to our Scratch platform. And allow me to share my screen so we can move with speed. So we're using Scratch. Okay, if you don't have the software, sorry, if you're having a challenge running Scratch on your browser, then feel free to download it. Copy. Okay, so I'm sharing a screen. I hope you can all see it. I'm sending the. Okay, so I've also sent it on the chat. Okay, so we are good to go. So this is the platform that we used last time, and we'll continue using. for the animation Tuesdays. And I'll just head straight to creating a project, and it will launch. I can decide to import the project we created last time. So I saved it, so I'll just go to file and load from your computer option. So once I click that, load from my computer, I have here animation session 1 last week. Yeah, so it's a custom file, as you can see, .sp3, and I have the characters and I also have the code. Okay. Yeah. So let's test it. The cat is walking. The sprite 1 is walking. Sprite 2 is also moving. And what happens when they meet? Sorry? Okay, yeah, so when they meet, there is a change of, when they meet, one of the sprites, let me see, this is sprite 1, it's changing x by 20, okay? So if you were to have this as negative 20, how will it behave? Let me see. They are getting close. And once they get there, you can see now it's going down. Every time it collides with the cat, it goes down. Okay. So we can proceed further and animate this. Or yeah. So today I'd like to introduce you to backdrops first. Okay. So I'll just use the same code. Should we use the same code or we do a new code? Oh, okay. Should we use the same code? Should we build on top of the code we used last week, or we build everything from scratch? So you can use let me see. We'll use 2 emojis to vote. So if you want us to use the same code, you can clap. If you want us to build it from ground up, you can use the celebration icon. Okay, so if you want us to build from ground up, you can use the celebration icon. If you, okay. Okay, I can see you all want us to build from ground up. Okay. Miss Erinosho Tolu, I can see your hand is up. Kindly, just unmute your microphone. Oh, okay. The recordings were not clear. Okay, sorry. It was recorded by one of the teachers. It was not official from us. That's why it was not clear. So most of our recordings, you'll find them on YouTube. Okay. But thank you so much, It was Mr. Missy who did the recording. At least you were able to follow. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Okay, so with that, then I'll just create a new project, and I go to file and then I click on file and then I click on new. Now for this project, we don't have to do exactly the same project that we did. I can add 2 balls here, one on this end, the other on this end. Okay, and then make the character move towards the any of the balls and initiate another activity. Okay, for those who are just joining us, don't worry, we'll share with you recording as well. But in case you feel you are left behind, feel free to raise your hand. Okay, so I'll proceed to the sprite section, and I have a ball there. I've already clicked on the ball, so I'm just waiting for it to load. So I have the ball there. Okay. So I want to have 2 of these. So I'll just duplicate it. I'll duplicate. So I come and click on the ball and say duplicate. Okay. So once I do that, I can drag it and push on this end. Then this can be blue. The first one can be blue. So you can always change the color under costumes. You can, okay, this is the second one. Then the first one, we can maintain the color or change it as well. Okay, we can maintain the color for the first one. Okay. Okay, let me rename that way. So these can be, we can rename them as ball 1, and then these can be our ball 2. Okay. Then again, this is our sprite. We can give it a name. Which name should we use? Any suggestion? Or we can keep that one, sprite or sprite. 1 million teachers for Africa. 1MT for Africa. Okay. For example, that's a bad name though. Let's just keep it. Okay. Maybe cut 1. Okay. Can I just cut anyway? Okay. So now with this two, I like to do the same animation or just do a simple walk animation. So the cat should move from this point to this point. Okay. Okay, so I can make it walk on top, and I want this card to start somewhere there. So I already have dragged it, and I'll say when I click on this flag, because I want to control everything from here, I'll go to motion and fix the card to that position. So to mean even if I drag the card here and click it, it will come there. Okay. After that, I'll use I'll have repeat block, for example, and I'll tell my cat to move. Okay, my cat to move by default, repeating 10 times. You can see my cat is moving, yes, but it didn't get there. So let's see again. So this is like a quarter, so I can multiply that times 4 will give me 40. Repeat that 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, almost there. So that is 40. If I do 38, will I have it close? Sorry. Almost perfect. If I do 36, 36, I think we'll now do the job. Perfect. So 36 times. So 36 times. If I wanted the cat to change costumes as it moves, then now we could implement like some delay. Wait 1 second. After waiting 1 second, maybe change costume to the next costume. So let me see if we have that option. I'll go to looks and then switch costume to costume 1, costume 2. Costume 1, costume 2. So next costume, can always use next costume. Let's see. So the wait time is too long, so we can use 0.5. Let's see. Yeah, the 0.5 looks promising. Okay, yeah. So what of 0.2? Yeah, 0.2. Yeah, a bit faster. Okay. So next, I want to change backdrops. Okay, before even changing backdrop, it's possible to create your own backdrop. So backdrop are like the setting. So you can choose a backdrop from the already existing backdrops, or you can create your own. Here you can always create your own on. You can always click the backdrop, the stage, and then go to backdrops and create your own backdrop. So, for example, we can create. Let me see. We can create a blue backdrop. Creating will take some time, but it's possible to create. You can just like add like a box, add a box or boxes. Okay. You can add a box or boxes and fill the place. You can see, and we have a backdrop. Okay, we have a backdrop. Okay, so we can use this simple backdrop, or we can delete that, but then you can't delete when it's the only backdrop available. So you'll have to import the one you want, and thereafter you can now delete it. So if we were to have this animation running, then we could have it maybe on a desert or something. Yeah, so it's now possible to delete that one. Okay, so if this was the setting, then looks like our cat is starting to walk almost half the height of the cactus. So we want to make it more realistic by dragging these icons. Even our cat, it can now start from here. So again, that coordinate is negative 169, negative 57. So we'll come and edit here, negative 169. And then this other side we have negative 57 and negative 57, okay? So our cut started exactly there, which is a plus. Yeah, so that is great. Next thing is now to maybe also drag the other ball to go down, and now let's see how it looks like. Yes, okay. Now we want to add like activities when the cat touches the ball, either of the balls, something should happen. So first we can start with the second ball. Okay. So if it gets there, the ball maybe should change position. So when started, okay. When started forever, you can keep this activity waiting forever, and then forever if touching, then if touching, then okay, yeah, if touching, so we can get that under sensing. If the ball is touching the cat, okay, if the ball is touching the cat, then the ball maybe should go down a little bit to change the x coordinate. Sorry, the y coordinate. So then change y coordinate to something else. Change y coordinate to change y by 10. So let's see if it's changing y by 10. If it changes y by 10, then it will go up, okay? But then we also need to specify where we want this ball to start from. So if you want it to start from here, then definitely we'll have, okay, let's see, let's have the cat walk till the end first. Okay, that's okay. So if you want it to start from here, okay, if you want it to start from here, then we can fix it. We can tell, we can instruct the ball that when we click the flag, it should go to that coordinate. I can see the coordinate here, 207 on the x-axis and then negative 127 on the y-axis, okay? So Okay, so that is 2 negative 127. Okay, that should be okay. Let's see. 207, 127. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so you can, as you can observe, if I click the red button, everything stops. If I click the flag, everything reset. Okay, even the ball goes to its initial position. So we want this code, then we'd not be able to run. It worked. Eh? Now, see this part of code, it's hanging. Ideally, it's not supposed to run because it's not complete. If this is true, then this should happen else. So we have nothing on the else section. So if this was a robotics project, then you'd have to fix that bug first. Okay, so we just go back and fix it. We go back and fix that. So change y by negative 10, else remain in that position. So else remain in that position. So the position was negative 203, 137. 137, sorry. We can just duplicate this block. So you have the exact coordinates of. So let's see if it's moving. When it gets there, you can see the ball is bouncing, because the first set of code, the first if condition, when touching the cut, if it is true, it goes to negative. It changes a y by negative 10 to mean it goes down. If it's not true, or else it should go back. So when it goes down, it's complying to the first if case. Okay, when it's going up, because once it's down, it's not touching the card, so it has to go back, and that's why you can see it looks like it's vibrating. Okay, so if we wanted to have that vibration a little bit smoother, then we could add some delay as well. So we could say like wait for some time, like 0.5 seconds, and then now come back. Wait for some time, and then now come back. You can see now it's a little bit smoother, and you can make it. Sorry, Mariam. Karibu, no worries. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit smoother. You can you can reduce or add the delay time to see. Okay, sorry, Mariam. In case you have any question, feel free to ask. So you can feel free to adjust the delay time in terms of towards the negative side or towards the positive side to see how that will look like. Okay. Now, if you were to change the backdrop, okay, if you were to change the backdrop from this to something else, so let's see. The backdrops, did you know you can also duplicate backdrops, and you can even erase some things. Sorry, so let me see, where is eraser? You can delete some items from the backdrop. So you can say you're doing away with this cactus. You're doing away with that. So you can delete that. You can delete that, and then you can try. You can also add. You can decide to add a solid color. Sorry. You can decide to add a solid color. I can just pick that. Then build. Yeah. So you can always edit your backdrop to make it look to make it have a more of a custom look, or use the already existing backdrops. Okay, so if we were to use this, let's say yes, desert 2. So once it's there, it changes to desert 2. So let's see. Okay, you can also program the backdrop independently by just saying maybe when flag is clicked and then control forever if then, another if then case, if then, if touching, sorry, let's see what we have on sensing. No. Here, as you can see, we don't have like touching or something, but we have key space pressed. Like you can always control this manually by pressing the space bar or any other key. So how do we automate this part? So you can broadcast a message here. Next costume. So here you can say if touching cut, you can brainstorm you can broadcast a message. So broadcasting, so a new concept we're learning today. So broadcasting a message, we'll drag this and then say new message, and then we say touching cut. Touching cut. Okay, then we say that. So if touching cut, so broadcast touching cut. Okay, so we go to the other side, we click on the backdrop and then say if when I receive touching cut, so we don't have to use even when flag is clicked. These are events. Now, when do you want that set of instruction to work? So I don't need when the flag is clicked at this point. I'll just use when I receive touching cut, then this is how I'm supposed to behave. This is how I'm supposed to behave. Then, okay, so I can even remove the forever as well, and switch backdrop to looks, and then I say switch backdrop to desert 2. Switch backdrop to desert 2. Otherwise, we need to be having, when flag is clicked by default, we should be having desert. Yeah, desert. So I'll click that button, and then let's see now what will happen. Yeah, so we when I receive touching cut, forever switch backdrop to desert 2. Let's confirm. It's desert 2, yes. I'll wait a few seconds and then switch backdrop again to, let's see if that will work there. Wait maybe 0.5 seconds and then switch backdrop again now to desert 1. Okay. So it's working. Okay, wait 0.5 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, looks like this is happening forever. So we can eliminate this forever because it's making our code stay there infinite. So we're just going to broadcast that message and then we hold it temporarily only when the condition is true. So you can see if touching cut, and we have if touching cut this other side. on this code. Touching cut, broadcast touching cut, and then we receive touching cut under the code for backdrops. Okay. You can have as many, you can program it the way you want. I know this is a little bit challenging, so I like to ask if there is any member, if there is any teacher with a question up to that point, so I can clarify a few issues before I introduce another concept. Yes, I can see Tolu, Rinoshu, I can see your hand is up, kindly unmute.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It's been an amazing session. It's very interesting. Now, my question is this: you've been a lot of course, but sustainable in other programming. You know, you have to have the kinds of code that you run step by step. I've just been seeing you bringing up so many blocks. So, but there is no synergy between the different blocks. So I don't know when these lines when this is being executed, the ones that have gone, is it that they will start from there or what? Because as you see your screen now, I only have two main blocks. The one that has to do with when I thought, everything has disappeared now. So where are the lines of code? Now it has appeared again. So I'm just trying to get this, to relate this with what is obtainable in programming lines like Python or C, where the code will be executed line by line. But I don't know where the blocks are now. So, and we set this project from scratch, from starting lights, picking the balls, changing the backdrop, another thing. So where are those lines now? Immediately you execute them, start or how? I just want to have this basis so that I will be able to go through. That is my first question. Second question.
Okay.
It has to be this. Okay. Do you understand the question before I ask the second one?
Okay, let me attend the first one. If I didn't get you properly, but I guess you are asking about the codes, how the sequence that this platform is using to run, okay, as compared to other syntax-based programming platforms. Now, for this, for Scratch, is just the same. Let me share my screen. Like this code is just for ball 2, okay? So when the flag is clicked, okay, when the code is initialized through this flag, okay, and everything that has the flag. So if I click this flag, then every part of code that has this flag, it will start running the codes below it immediately, okay? So for example, for the ball, if I click the flag, definitely it will go to that position. So even if I drag it here and then I click the flag, you can see the ball went to that position, okay? Then once it gets there, it should be running this piece of code forever. So this is in a loop. So forever it will be checking if the cat is touching it, okay? Is the cat touching me? If it is yes, if the cat is touching it, then it's supposed to change the y-axis by -10. To me, it's supposed to go down a little bit, okay? So you can see it's moving down, okay? So we've also told it that else, if the cat is not touching me, then go to original position. So like at this point I've paused, the cat is not touching it because it has already gone down, so it's away by -10. So definitely it will go up by regaining its original position. So in the process, because this piece of code is running forever, it will keep bouncing back and forth. That is up to that point for ball 2. Now, take note, I've also broadcasted this message. I want to communicate to other parts of, I want to communicate with other objects on the same platform. using signals. So when the ball is touching the cart, I want to tell all the other objects that, hey, the object ball has touched the cart. So just know that way. So the other objects, now you can program them individually to be able to utilize that message that has been broadcasted by the cart. Sorry, the ball. So if we go to the backdrop, that is more of the setting. I've utilized that message here. When I receive touching cart, for example, now when this cart gets here, okay, when I receive touching cart, then switch backdrop to desert 2. So that's why you see the cart is walking. When it gets here, as much as the other parts of the codes are running, but the backdrop is also changing. So you can see the switch backdrop to desert 2, wait 0.5 seconds, switch backdrop to desert, the default desert. So that's why you can see it's blinking. If I was to change this to 1, then the frequency of blink will even change, okay? Wait 1 second. So it will wait for 1 second and change. So you can see it 0.5 is changing. You can always adjust the weight. Again, when flag is clicked by default, when you click this, we are switching the backdrop. The backdrop that we are using at first before we broadcast this message is the desert. The desert. You can rename the backdrops the way you want, but by default we are using this. So let's say let's call it desert. Desert. Then in the bracket you can say initial. Desert start. Start. So you can see when the record has just started, it's switching to the start desert, and then when our cart gets here, the desert is changing. So can you let me know if I was able to answer your question, or if I was not able to answer your question, then I can try to. You can ask it in another form, then I handle it again.
Okay, now, so your explanation is well understood, well understood. But with one question. Now, where are these blocks as it is now? We have about 3 or 4 loops now. We have one that has to do with when the sprite is cut, when it moves from starting point. We have another one that is okay when it touches done. Then we have another one for backdrop. So is it on every of these actions that you put? Maybe I don't know.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Now, the other blocks. So what you are seeing on the screen are blocks for the stage. Okay, so by default, the whatever is okay, everything is running at once. So long as every object that is using the flag to initialize, it's a program. It's running. But by default, I've clicked the backdrop. So if I click this, the ball, then you'll see the code for the ball. If ball 2, if I click ball 1, then you'll definitely see the code for ball 1. So here, or in this case, I've not done any coding for ball 1. So if I was to do coding for ball 1, the one in yellow, for example, let's just stop and do this coding. So we can even utilize this message again. We can even utilize this message. That the message that is being broadcasted here. So we can say events when I receive cart. So today I wanted us to learn how to broadcast messages because it's really important when you're making animations. So when I receive touching cart, so when I sense that, hey, these guys are already here, okay, then I need to do something. What do I need to do? We can make it maybe go to this position. We can make it glide back to this position, okay? Glide to this position. Then once you've glided to this position, then go to that position. We can take that coordinate as well, glide to that position, and then come and hit the cut, okay? Come and hit the cut. Again, glide again to that position. Then go back to this position. So again, we pick that coordinate, okay? So if we click on the flag, our cat is moving. I'll try move faster because I know we have okay. Sorry. So this part of code, let me just do this. You can see doing that, then back. When touching the card. So we can have this part of code maybe repeat 2 times or just 2 times. For example, let's see. There is a bug there, touching cards. Okay, there is a bug there. Something is not right. We have to fix. Okay. So touching. Okay. So we can touching cards. Let's see. Touching. Oh, okay. It's touching card and releasing at the same time. So it's happening so fast before we even broadcast. And yes, okay. So we can say broadcast this and wait for something to happen before the next activity, or the other option that you can use is when I receive this part of code, then this part to run forever. So let's see, just a second. We can include a forever there. Let's see. So you can see touching that. Yes, perfect. So touching card, our ball. Perfect. So again, you can edit this. You can try change the coordinates here. It doesn't have to be exactly this way. I just wanted to use this concept to show you that you can use one broadcasted signal in other different characters to automate other characters. So like the ball is using the signal that is being broadcasted here. So when that happens, then we are harnessing that signal and using it here. Yes, so I'd like to know if there is any other question. I wanted to have this sprite speak. There is text to speech here, but you can do it on your own as well. Text to speech, you can load that extension and say, for example, when it's starting, hey, my name is, and I'd like to give you, hey, my name is Kathy. I would like to show you how to navigate the desert. Hey, my name is Kathy. I would like to show you how to navigate the desert. So let's see.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Kathy. I would like to show you how to navigate the desert.
Yeah. So that once that part of code has run, then it will go to this coordinate and start. So you can see it's starting to speak when it's here. Okay. When it's on the blue ball. So if I click that.
Hey, my name is Kathy. I would like to show you how to navigate the desert.
So once it has finished speaking, then it comes here. If I was to correct that, I'll just change this. So I'll just swap the blocks and then it will start speaking when it's here now.
Hey, my name is Kathy. I would like to show you how to navigate the desert.
Yes, so that's it for today. I'd like to know if there is any question, then I can now use the questions to go deeper. Anyone with any question? Yes, I'm also sending this on the chat. For those who have joined late, there's a YouTube live coverage there that you can get to tap and follow. Any other question from the members? Okay, now we like to speed this up. So in our next class, we'll go even deeper. We've learned how to navigate the Scratch platform. We've learned how to custom design our characters from our last lesson. We've learned how to program characters. We've learned how to broadcast messages between characters. So in our next class, we'll try also combine these together. We'll come up with just a simple story to animate a story, just like a composition, a simple one. We animate it together. Then after that, we'll move to now making a game, just a simple game to appreciate the different concepts that we've learned. Then after that, then we call it introduction to animation. So then now we'll expect you to start engaging your learners with the introduction content on animation. Then towards the end of the term, we'll employ different strategies to assess and award you certificates. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to have you on Friday for the robotics class. Those who are taking robotics and coding, or next week for those who are just taking animation. Bye for now, and let's keep engaging on WhatsApp.
Thank you.
Thank you.